Hey, what's going on, nerds? R2 here. I'm just going to show off a stack of blues and DVDs that I took out of that massive lot, like that 6-tub lot of stuff that I bought about 3 weeks ago or so. It's still taking me a while to go through it all and sort out what I want to move on and what I want to keep. And this is the last stack of movies that I'm going to keep. These now essentially they're all free because I have moved some stuff on. Some of the more rarer stuff that I'm just not that interested in. I did sell off to try and recoup some money, and I have made back everything that I spent. So I still have 2 full tubs of TV series on blues and DVDs. So I still need to go through all that. But for now, this big stack has essentially free. So and I've been going through them, watching a lot of them. So it's been a great lot of fun. Starting with Scanners, complete collection on DVD. I've never seen them before. I did watch them. I watched all 3 of them, and they're great. They slowly sort of diminish in terms of funness, I guess, as they go on. But it was a great little trilogy, and it was finally awesome to check that out. And I did find out that Scanner Cop is like a bit of a spin-off, so I did go and purchase the Scanner Cop 1. I haven't found a copy of Scanner Cop 2 yet, but I do have Scanner Cop 1 coming in the mail. So yeah, that's pretty good. All 3 films, all separate discs. Yeah, I really enjoyed that trilogy. I thought it was a great trilogy. So and then I have Supergirl on DVD. These are the only 2 DVDs that I've kept. I really like this movie. I know it's probably not the best movie out there, but this is great. Now I was gonna move this on, but the disc itself is it's really scratched, and it looks horrible. But it plays perfectly. It plays flawlessly. I tested it out. It's actually got 2 discs. So you've got you've got a little booklet there, but you've got the international version, which is what I watched because that disc looks horrible on the other side. But again, plays perfect. No problems at all. And then there's the director's cut, which I'll watch one day. So I didn't even know there was 2 different cuts of the film. It's a bit of an uncommon version of the film, this limited edition. I don't know when it came out, but yeah, I really like this film. I really like it, and it's worth keeping. I mean, if I was to sell, I don't know if that's limited to 50,000, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's worth too much money or anything like that, but this ex-rental, and being as scratched as it is, it's probably going to be a hard move. So yeah, I'll definitely keep it. I'll definitely watch it again. I really like it. I thought it was a great film. Alright, into the blues. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original. Joss Whedon, Luke Perry, and who's that bitch? Christy Swanson? Yeah, I don't know. This is great. I really like this movie. Cheesy, campy, vampire slaying fun. It's just a shame that they couldn't make the vampires disappear when they got staked. So, but that could be just due to special effect limitations. Paul Rubens is so funny in this movie. His death scene at the end. I read somewhere or saw somewhere that when he dies at the end or gets staked at the end, he was supposed to stay down, but he gets back up and he's like all this sort of bullshit. He keeps doing it, and you can see the reactions of the cast's face, like what's going on? But it's brilliant. It's really good. I watched that again recently and I really enjoyed that. Twilight Zone, the movie. Never seen it before. Obviously know about the Twilight Zone, and I knew the stories that were on there because I've seen lots of reviews on it and stuff. Watched it. It was great. Really good. If you know Twilight Zone, it's just a short compilation of a few different stories. I didn't really like all of them, but the John Lithgow one at the end was really cool, and it just reminded me of the Simpsons episode. So a little gremlin on the bus. But yeah, Twilight Zone, the movie. Need to check out the series one day. Excuse me, I haven't got corona. It's just sinuses messing me up. Daylight. It's a French vampire film. I have no idea about it, aside from that it's French and it's a vampire. I was going to move it on, but I think it's going to be a hard move, so I'll check it out and see what it's like. It might be a bit sort of Twilight for me, I'm not sure. I really don't know anything about it. It was all in French. I do believe there's an English 7.1 soundtrack on there. It's in a cool little slimline red case though, so that's really cool. Yeah, nothing much to it, but it might be alright. Who knows? If you know anything about it, let me know, because I mean, I'm going to watch it regardless. One I've really wanted to check out, but I've never got around to watching it. Monsters. I hear mixed reviews, but mostly good. Never seen it. It's got the cool little lenticular slipcover. As you know, I don't really give a fuck about that sort of stuff, but hey, it's there, so. And it was free. I know there's another one, but I don't know if this... I'm pretty sure this is the first one. I'm pretty sure there's like another one out there, but yeah, I'll get around to watching that at some point. This one looks so good, and I've heard really good things about it. Paintball. It's a killer paintball film. I can't say I've seen too many of those. I've heard that it's pretty good fun, so like, it's a lot of good fun. So I haven't seen it yet, still in it sealed, but it's a little bit uncommon to find on Blue. So I thought, yeah, better keep that for the collection. I do enjoy my horror films. Dolls, my very first 101 films. I watched this the other day. I loved it. I love this movie so much. It was great. I'm pretty sure it's a Full Moon production. Not Full Moon. I think it's what's his name? Charles Band. Yeah, it is a Charles Band. Whether or not it's Full Moon, I'm not sure, but it's definitely Charles Band. You know, the guy that does Killjoy the Clown, I'm pretty sure, and Ginger Dead Man and Puppet Master, that sort of thing. But that was great. I really enjoyed that. I watched that while I was in class. I love this movie. This is one of my... I mean, I'm not a huge thriller kind of guy. Or erotic thriller. I mean, I do like them, but I just got to be in the right mood for it. But I really enjoyed this film. I've only seen it a couple of times, and I watched it back on VHS, in fact, long time ago. So I'm keen to check it out on Blu-ray. I don't think I've seen the extended cut. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Angelina Jolie, but I'll still watch her films, that's for sure. But yeah, I thought this was great. I really love the ending of this film, and I've got to go. I need to revisit it because it's been such a long time since I've seen it. I think I mentioned this in my last video, one of the last videos, Let the Right One In. This is the original that the other one's based off. I think it's called Let Me In or something, the newer one with that Sheila in it. I think this is Swedish or something. Or Dutch, I don't know, fuck. Who knows? Yeah, but it's really cool. It's a really cool, like, vampire film or something, or home invasion film. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's supposed to be really good, so... A little bit of water damage on the cover, but I don't care because it doesn't affect the disc. Tom Cruise in Oblivion. I'm only keeping this because it's got this odd friggin' case. Like, I've never seen a case like this before. Now, I believe it's the British version of the film, or but it's just got such an odd case, which is cool. I really like this movie, actually. It's a good film. This one and the other one that he did, Edge of Tomorrow, they sort of released them roughly around the same time, or you know, pretty close to each other, and I think they're really good films. Yeah, I really like this. A little bit predictable once it got a bit into the film, but I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely one I'd revisit, and it's a cool case. Just never seen this case before. Absolute classic. We don't talk about that for too long. Independence Day. I know it's out on 4K, but it'll look good enough on Blu-ray. Species. I really enjoy this movie. Number 2 is pretty good too, and then 3 and 4 are, you know, mediocre. But I got this on DVD in a 4-pack, but I thought I'll just get the upgrades, considering it's free. Classic, Total Recall. I only seen it maybe once or twice, so don't need to get that on 4K. This is the original with Schwarzenegger in there. Never seen the Colin Farrell one, and I don't intend to. But this is great. A lot of good creature effects in that one. And the Sheila, that's got 3 boobies. Men in Black Trilogy. Don't need to say anything about that, but it's all 3. 1's really good. It's an absolute classic. 2 is average, and 3 is amazing. I thought 3 was a great follow-up. You know, a few plot holes here and there, but it was a really good film. Josh Brolin plays such a good... what's his name? Fucking... Tommy Lee Jones. He's so good. But yeah, Trilogy. On Blu-ray, it'll look good enough. Don't need the 4K. Butterfly Effect Trilogy. I've only seen the first one. It's a really good film. Again, not really into this supernatural type thrillers. I don't know. But I'll watch 2 and 3 one day, but that's still sealed. Yeah, I'll get around to it one day. I remember when the first one came out, it was such a big deal. Excuse me. Never seen it. Keanu Reeves is, hot topic at the moment, so I know it's a remake of the original, obviously. So I don't think it's too bad. I think it got an okay reception. But it's got what's her name in it from the Labyrinth as well, I'm pretty sure. Jennifer Connelly. Yep. And it's got John Cleese in it. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I'll check it out one day. 2001, Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick. We all know all about that. I did get the... Did I? I did, yes. So I got that one, and then I got 2010. So I don't know if... I'm pretty sure that follows on from that or does something with it. So I got both of those. I've never seen them. These are still sealed, and I will watch these because these have definitely been on my radar for the longest time. I love this movie. Gattaca. Saw this on VHS back when it sort of first came out, and I thought it was a great little sci-fi sort of drama. Yeah, it was a really good film. I like Emma Thurman. I think she's great, especially in Kill Bill. But this is just a great film. If you want a sci-fi drama that's not, sci-fi in the fact that it's just people trying to get into space. So, yeah, it's awesome. Absolute classic. This is such a hidden gem. I don't think a lot of people really got into this when it first came out, but I love this movie. Kiefer Sutherland and Jennifer Connelly again. So yeah, absolute classic. Dark City. Never seen it on Blu-ray. I only ever watched it on DVD, and yeah, I just really like this film. Really cool ending too. Some cool effects. I don't know how they hold up though. I'll have to wait and see. This is absolute trash, but I'm keeping it just for the hilariousness of it. Dragonball Evolution. I don't know how you can fuck up a Dragon Ball live action movie, but they did, and it is horrible. But whatever. I think I watched it originally on a Korean or like a overseas bootleg DVD. Yeah, I don't like the Halo franchise after Halo 2. But I like the story, as hard as it is to follow. But I haven't seen this yet, but I'll check it out one day. Halo 4, Forward Unto Dawn. Love this. Halo Legends, absolutely love this, and we all know why we love it. It's for that one short where he's like a Saiyan type thing, where he goes like Super Saiyan or something when he's fighting the big gorilla alien. But that's cool. It's a really good short story. I like these compilations. There's one with Batman as well, and there's another one with Green Lantern when they do all these different short stories, which is really cool. And also the Animatrix one as well. So I really like that sort of style. Children of Men, never seen it, but it was free. Thought about time I check it out. I hear it's a really good film, and it's definitely my type of sci-fi as well, in terms of future sci-fi, not alien sci-fi. But it's an interesting story how people can't have babies anymore, and then Clive Owen finds somebody with the baby like in the belly, and then he's got to protect him. So you don't see Clive Owen very often, and he's a really good actor. I like him. So I'll check that out some stage. Darkest Hour in 3D, but I didn't get it for the 3D. I just kept it because it's it does have the 2D version in it as well. Never seen it, but I've been meaning to check this out for the longest time. Nicolas Cage. Is it Nick Cage? No, I reckon I've just made that up. Who the fuck's in this then? I don't know. I could be thinking of a completely different film. Anyway, Darkest Hour. I think I am thinking of a different film. Red Faction Origins. I played one of the original games and thought it was great. So let's see how this translates into a movie. Yeah, I didn't even know this existed. And then when I saw it in the lot, so I'll keep it. It's got Evil Terminator in it though, Robert Patrick. So might be alright. I don't know anybody else that's in it, so might be a bit of a B-grade sort of film. I love these movies. Pitch Black. It's one of my favourite sci-fis ever. It is just so good. Sci-fi horror in a little bit, in a way, you know. I get a little bit of Alien or Aliens feel from it, how they're just trying to escape from the aliens. So it's awesome. I really, really like this one. Kept it on the edge of your seat Really good. Not too bad of a sequel. Chronicles of Riddick really opens up the universe, no pun intended, but they probably went a little bit too far with it. And I think they knew that, they realised that, so when they made the third one, they sort of brought it back to its roots. And I've really liked this movie. This is, again, one of my favourite sci-fis. The whole trilogy is great, and I really hope they do a fourth one to finish it off, because it deserves it. It's such a good, it's such a good world, such a good universe, so I really enjoyed it. So I saw this one at the cinema too, and haven't seen it since, so I'm definitely keen to check it out. Don't need the 4K, I think it'll look alright on Blu-ray, and it was free. Iron Sky, I've only ever seen the start of it, because back in the day when it first came out, I might have had a little bit of green and fell asleep and then woke up as it was ending, so I've got no idea. I know what happens, but I haven't actually seen it, so it's just an absolutely, Nazis on the moon. They didn't get beat in the war, they just went to the moon. So it just seems silly. And the next one, the second one looks just absolutely berserk. But that's cool. I'll definitely check that out for sure. I don't know why I'm keeping this, but it was free. Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's a pretty bad film, but it does have a couple of cool ideas that I enjoyed. So I like the fact that they get all the sort of universal monsters together to make a team. But it could have been so much better. I don't know. It's supposed to be good. It's got Katie Lotz in it, the Sheila from DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know, she's alright, but this might be cool. Apparently, the guy that bought it off said it's a really good film, so I'll definitely check that out. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Is that the second one? I don't know. You tell me. I got this because on 3D because it has the 2D version as well, so I don't really care that it has the 2D. But I kept that because I got this one, the Evolution collection. So this has everything up to Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So I believe Rise of the Planet of the Apes is the first one of the newer trilogy, but this has Planet of the Apes 2001 and then Planet of the Apes 1967 all through those 5, which I've been watching, and I'm up to Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Beneath the Planet of the Apes and Escape from the Planet of the Apes were not what I expected. Beneath the Planet of the Apes, the second one, that just blew my mind. The ending of that, I was like, oh fuck. And then the third one was really good. It went a completely different direction than I thought it was going to go. So interested to watch the final 2, and I've seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen Dawn of the Planet of the Apes or the newer one, so I will definitely be checking those out as soon as I finish watching the originals. So, The Road, I've heard a bit about this, and I do like Viggo Mortensen, so I'll definitely check that out at some stage. Bit of a post-apocalyptic type film. I heard good things about it. I don't know, it's just one of those movies I never got around to watching. Watch this one. This is great. Fourth Kind. This is my type of sci-fi. I really enjoy these type of sci-fi movies. These abduction-y type, recounting the people that forget but then they remember, and it's really freaky. I really enjoyed it, and it's pretty much based on, well, it is based on actual stories, but I'm positive they show some of the actual footage. But yeah, believe what you want to believe. It's still a great movie, and you don't really see any aliens, but you do. There are a couple little jump scares in there, and those ones really, they get to me. They get to me because I'm really into my alien and UFOs and abductions and stuff like that. I find the whole thing fascinating. There's been millions of cases, so surely they're not all lying, but I'd have heard about this one for the longest time, but just never got around to watching it, and I thought this was great. Just really, really different. It was very different the way they made it, so I'm glad that I finally got to check that out. The next one, War Games. I'm pretty sure, excuse me, I'm pretty sure in one of the last videos I had War Games 2, so I was like, oh, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think there's War Games in there. So, yeah, there was. I found it, I watched it. It was alright. I think I might have, been hyped up for the longest time, and I never got around to watching it until when I finally did. I was just a bit meh over it. I mean, it was good. Like, it was certainly good, but I don't think it really lived up to the hype that I had given it. So, I might. I don't even know if I want to keep this, to be honest, because it's not a film I'm definitely going to watch again. But it was cool. It was definitely worth us, like, to watch it once. So, Matthew Broderick's alright, and he's just so young in that movie. This, I think, is going to be real bad. Alien Infiltration. Man versus alien versus machine. I don't know what to expect on this movie. I really don't think it's going to be the best movie, but yeah. If it's got cool alien designs, regardless on how good they look, or, you know, cool character designs, I'll still watch it. Like, I'll enjoy it and appreciate it for what it is and what they've done, but I don't know. I don't know who even made this film. Signature. Synthetic Cinema, back in 2010. I don't know. Alien Infiltration. Let me know if you've seen it, but yeah. I'll watch it at some stage. Sean Bean in The Lost Future. Heard a little bit about this film. It's by the director of Band of Brothers, which is quite surprising. That whole Band of Brothers series, I've only seen a few episodes, but it's just phenomenal war series, man. Like, really, really good. And I think I do have the whole series on DVD, so I've got to check it out. But yeah, I've heard a little bit about this, and I've heard that it's not bad. You know, post-apocalyptic. Was it a Poco? What do they call it? Poac? I don't know. I could be making that shit up. Yeah, this just, I don't know. This is basically civilization destroyed, evolution reversed, mankind's last stand. Whatever. It's got Sean Bean in it, so I'll definitely check it out for Sean Bean. This was awesome. Really enjoyed this film. Pandorum. Never seen it before. Heard about it. It's been on my radar for the longest time. I think it came out in 2009 or 2007. And it was great. It was really good. You sort of pick the ending towards the end. You go, yeah, I know what's happening here. But there's a couple little bits there that confuse me, and I won't talk about it here, but there's just a couple of bits sort of towards the end that just got a bit confusing. But overall, the creature designs, the story, the little bit of a twist that's not as twisty as it thinks it is. But really good film. Really good film. I had a really good time with this, and it's definitely one I'm going to revisit because it was just so much fun. Really good fun. Again, got a little bit of sort of cross between sort of Aliens and what was the other one? Event Horizon, a little bit. So yeah, just not as brutal as Event Horizon, but I got a little bit of that sort of feel from it. But yeah, great film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Definitely worth it. Solomon Kane. This movie, I enjoyed this movie. I haven't seen it since it sort of first came out, and it's one of those films that was advertising coming out, and then it just got delayed and delayed and delayed. Because at least from what I remember, because when I first watched it, I saw a trailer for it, and like, oh yeah, this was good, and then I just didn't see it for a few years. And then when I finally watched it, I was like, this is alright. And I think it just flew under the radar for some reason. I don't know the whole history behind it, but it's brutal, it's gory, it's edgy, it's just, I just loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Not really much to say. He's like a bad guy sort of trying to redeem himself, and it's yeah. It's Robert Howard. Well, there you go. So it's based off a Robert Howard story, I'm guessing, which I didn't know. But if you haven't seen it, it's not very expensive. I think you could probably pick it up for $5 or something like that, or $8. But it's really good. I'm definitely going to revisit this because I've got a bunch of sort of, what do they call, like barbarian type films that I need to watch when I'm having my barbarian kick, and this is definitely going to be in the pile to check out again. So it's, yeah, definitely one to check out. Very dark and gritty and just brutal. It is. I remember it being brutal AF. Mutant Chronicles. This is a bit of an oldie. I think it came out a decade ago, and I've been meaning to check it out since. It's like a mini series, I believe, and it goes for a fucking long time. So got a few cool people in it though, like Thomas Jane, or Punisher himself, Ron Perlman, who's an absolute bloody legend, and John Malkovich, who's he's so good. He does great, crazy roles, like crazy man roles. John Malkovich is such a fucking, I love him. Should have been the Vulture in Spider-Man, but anyway. Not the new Spider-Man, old Spider-Man. What's his name? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. He still might. Yeah, I don't really know anything about it aside from like there's some mutants, and it's a chronicle of their story. I really don't know, but it just apparently it's not too bad. I've heard more good things than bad things, so I'll definitely check it out. The runtime on this, it is crazy. If they even have the runtime on here, some of these have got it in such a noticeable place, but then this one, 107 minutes. That doesn't sound right. 107 minutes. I thought it was like a 4-hour thing. This could be maybe just the one, like the first part or something. I don't know. I'll when I get around to watching it, I'll check research and find out what's going on. I think I already own this movie, but I got it again. The Rocketeer. Yeah, it's amazing. This movie is so good. This is a big part of my childhood. Nick Nolte is great in this. It's got Jennifer Connelly in it again, which I love her. She's so good. And I don't know who this guy is. Who the main guy is. Some fucking pretty boy. Bill Campbell. Sure. Cloud Atlas. I remember when this first came out and there was a lot of talk about it, and it's essentially 3 different timelines or 3 different periods on the planet's history and future, and it's the same characters but different versions of them in different periods of time. I'm not 100%, but there's a fucking huge cast in this film, so definitely need to check it out because I think it's right up my alley. And yeah, this one's 172 minutes. Jesus. So I've got to bloody make sure I've got a spare 172 minutes to check that out at some stage. But yeah, I think it's alright. You know, probably one of those films you only watch once every few years. Just like this one, Ender's Game. I haven't seen it. I've heard it bombed. I do want to check it out because it's got Harrison Ford in it, and he deserves to be in more sci-fi films. I mean, you know, why wouldn't you? Ben Kingsley's in it as well, which, you know, gotta love Ben Kingsley. He's a great actor. And it's got that kid from, I can't think of the name, the young kid. It's not so young anymore. But yeah, I think this will be alright. For us, you know, just a one-time watch. Yeah, probably be very confusing. It's based off a book, so I don't know how it's going to translate into movie. I don't like this movie at all. I'm sorry, but I thought it was very, very overrated. Very overrated. I'm only keeping this because it's a cool set. It's got the extended version on there. I'll give it credit. This is a case of slipcovers done right. So it's got the slipcover that comes off the top, and then it's got this one with some pretty cool artwork on there, and then it opens in from the side with an awesome bit of artwork that's different to the slipcover. So that's when they're like that, I like it. It works. It's got 3 discs. Yeah, so I might give it another go. I'm not looking forward to seeing the new film. I probably won't even see the new film when it comes out. It just doesn't do anything for me. I originally saw it once at the cinema in 3D, and that's why I didn't like it, because I don't like 3D movies. I just thought, I'll go see it in 3D. I don't even remember if it looked good. I honestly couldn't tell you. But I'll check the extended version out on Blu-ray. I don't need to worry about. Although this probably would look amazing on 4K with the HDR coloring. Like, it'll probably look fucking fantastic. But I'm happy to have this. I do have a version at home already. I'm at, you know, my other house already, but I don't know what version it is. So I'll just keep whichever better one. Night of the Living Dead. Never seen it before. Watched it. Great. I really enjoyed it. It's certainly rough around the edges. To be expected though. It's not a perfect film. And the ending was devastating, but it was cool. They did a pretty good job with it. I really enjoyed it for what it was, and I'm definitely going to check out more in the series because I just haven't. I don't know why I haven't seen more of these films in this series. I've seen some of the later ones, but I don't know where they fall in the storyline, so I'm definitely just going to go through and watch them all again. But yeah, this is really good. I really enjoyed it, so glad to finally have seen it. Excuse me. Predator 3D. Now, I did keep this because of the 3D. I know I said before I don't like 3D, but there are certain films out there. I'm just curious to see how the 3D looks. So I kept this because I have so many copies of Predator on Blu-ray anyway, so the original classic, and I am going to pick it up on 4K because apparently it just looks fucking amazing on 4K, so I'll definitely check that out. This will be good just to maybe just chuck on and check out a few scenes in 3D just to see how it looks. It's not one you'd sit and watch all the way through. It does have the standard 2D in there as well, but I already have it on 2D. So it's got the 2 discs, which is, yeah, whatevs. Yeah, just have a few drinks and chuck it in with a mate, have a mate over, chuck it in and just check out some of the crazy action in 3D. I don't think it's going to translate very well into 3D, but we shall see. Fright Night 3D, Anton Yelchin, not Yanton Belchin. Anton Yelchin, I really liked this movie. I thought this was fantastic. A really good remake that does things a little bit differently to stand on its own 2 feet. This has the 2D version in here as well, so I'm not too fussed again about the 3D of this film, but it could be one that I'll just check out just for the sake of it. But this is really, really good. I'm pretty sure I picked up Fright Night 2, the remake of Fright Night 2, in the last lot as well, so it seemed only natural that I keep this. And I wasn't going to because I thought it was just 3D, but the fact that it's got the 2D in there as well, I thought, well, why not? And yeah, it's a really, really good film. If you haven't seen it, you're not sure about it, definitely check it out. Colin Farrell's pretty funny in this. It's got that McLovin in it, I'm pretty sure. And it's got Doctor Who in it as well, who plays the awesome character of the fake, was he a fake illusionist, magician-y type thing? I can't fucking remember. But it was really good. Really good film, definitely check it out. The Colony. Only keeping it because it's not worth anything, and it's in a cool little slimline case, clear case. But I hear it's alright. Lawrence Fishburne and Bill Paxton, sure, I'll check it out. It's a frozen post-apocalyptic world with some sort of creatures. People live in colonies, and I think they're trying to travel to get to another colony to see what's going on because they haven't heard for anything from them. They find out some nasty ass creatures in there. So yeah, it might be alright. Check that out one day. It's not high on my list, but whatever. Predator 2. It was free, so I'm just keeping it because it's free. I might move it on or give it away to someone, I don't know. But it's I've already got it on Blu-ray. I've got so many different copies of this on Blu-ray in different box sets and stuff like that. So didn't have it on single disc, so I'm just keeping it because of that. But yeah, it's not worth anything. So didn't have this one, so I thought I'd better keep it. Predators. I really liked it. Actually, I saw this at the cinema. I thought this was good. It was a bit. What's the newer one that came out recently? I thought they could have ended that one better and then linked it to this one. But the end of that one, it was going really good until the end of it, and then they brought out that stupid fucking Predator suit that people can wear. What should have happened was when they opened it up, Adrian Brody should have come out. That would have been a better, and he was like their secret weapon to help fight the Predators. That's what they should have done, but no. You don't see Adrian Brody in anything at all these days. But this is a really good film. I thought it was great. It was sort of back to the roots of man versus Predator, and there's some really cool fight scenes and stuff like that. And yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. It's worth at least a watch once. Flash Gordon. I've never seen it. I know I need to watch it. I do have. I think I had it on DVD, or I have it on DVD, so it's essentially just an upgrade for me. I don't know why I've never seen it. It's definitely right up my alley. So yeah. what else do you need to say about that? I think everybody knows Flash Gordon. Soundtrack by Queen. So that alone should make you watch it. And then finally, guys, this has gone on for ages. Sorry. Finally, Dusk Till Dawn, the trilogy. I love this movie. It is one of my favorite vampire movies that I've ever seen. It's really good. The series. I started watching the series. It's not too bad. I've nearly finished season 2. It's done a good job of opening up the whole universe and adding new characters and more sort of backstory and stuff like that. But I'd never seen the other the other 2, which you probably don't really need to, but there's the first one, absolute classic, and it's from 97. I didn't realize how, or 90 something, I didn't realize how long ago this movie was actually made. And yeah, Quentin Tarantino, his character is awesome. He always seems to be able to play the really freaky, fucked up characters so well. He's just, I think he's a very underrated actor, amazing filmmaker and director and writer, but he's a good actor too. He's a really good actor. Yeah, so we've got the first one there, from Dusk Till Dawn, Texas Blood Money, which I believe is a prequel to the first one, and then we got Dusk Till Dawn 3, The Hangman's Daughter, which is a prequel to the prequel, because yeah, why not? But yeah, awesome. That's it, guys. Thanks for checking this video out, and listening to me ramble on. I've been going through all these blues and DVDs. There's definitely, I don't think, anything else from that big lot that I'm going to keep and put into my own collection. There are some TV series. I've got 2 tubs of TV series that I've got to go through at some point, but for now, that's it. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if there's anything in there that you have seen or is worth watching or checking out first, or recommend me something else and I'll watch that instead of these movies. But yeah, have a good day, and yeah, stay safe.